Hi, I'm Nora Whittington with the Immigration Partnership of Waterloo Region. Our immigration partnership is one of approximately 80 across Canada. The goal of an immigration partnership is to ensure the successful integration of immigrants and refugees in Waterloo Region. Our goal is to look at housing, healthcare, English language, employment, and the true sense of belonging that we hope immigrants and refugees will have in our community. Our goal is to ensure that we can connect employers to immigrant and refugee talent in our region. And we partner with the Cambridge Chamber of Commerce to ensure that we can reach employers and share our message and be an ambassador for our community. We are really pleased to be able to support the Cambridge Chamber of Commerce on various initiatives, including these webinars. So welcome today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our continuing series of webinars sponsored by the Cambridge Chamber of Commerce. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about marketing automation and how it can help your business. So let's get started. First, a little bit about me. I am Mike Jennings, the president of More Sales. We've been in Cambridge now for over 19 years, and we're a digital marketing firm with operations here in Cambridge and also based in Davenport, Florida. I've been working with Greg in the chamber now all these years, and we're very grateful for the opportunity to continue to provide information to chamber members. First, a little quick agenda. We've been talking a little bit about marketing automation in general and some of the challenges that we face as marketers across the board here. And then we'll get into some details about specific platforms that we like to use and how they can better benefit your company. So let's get started by talking a little bit about the landscape of marketing these days. Customers are using a lot more tools these days. They're much more familiar with marketing messages, and they're easy to be. There's so much information out there; it's so easy to be ignored these days. We find that that customers don't spend enough time nurturing leads and kind of giving information to their customers early enough and long enough to kind of help them make their own buying decisions. But we also know for a fact that many people, 85% of the research that people are doing is online well before they ever engage with your company specifically. So it's important to have that information out there and to be nurturing those customers along the way and be able to understand who they are at every opportunity. So let's talk about some of the specific challenges or roadblocks that we see on the sales side nowadays in the digital marketing world. Not enough leads. Typically, I find with a lot of our clients just say, hey, we just need more leads. We don't have enough leads. When we get leads, we do a lot with them, but we don't have enough marketing leads. So one of the things that we like to do is make sure that our customers are getting enough leads, but also making sure that we can clearly identify and qualify those leads for the sales rep so that when they are getting these leads, they're not wondering if this guy's qualified, how does he know about us, what information does he already know about us already. And then once they have that information, how are we nurturing those customers to move them along to the sales funnel to get them to get to that yes? Are we giving them regular information? Are we staying in touch with them on a regular basis? There's often, I find, big gaps with sales teams that don't do enough follow-up. They'll be aware of a lead, but they don't know enough follow-up. So these platforms can help with that follow-up and nurturing automate that follow-up process. And then there's often leaks in the pipeline. What I mean by that is that leads will fall off, or a sales rep leaves, sales rep leaves or go on vacation, and then opportunities just drop off and don't get followed up on. So all these kind of platforms, marketing automation platforms, are built to kind of help deal with that. And then you'll find that 27% of leads sent directly to a sales rep are not qualified. So it's really, really important to be able to qualify your leads going in so your sales rep has something to work on and not be wasting time and spinning their wheels. So a little bit of preview about what marketing automation is as a system. So marketing automation does, so these sort of 5 or 6 key bullets here. The first is to generate you more leads. We can help identify anonymous visitors to your website. When you're using Google Analytics, typically Google Analytics are going to tell you the number of visitors came to your website, the volume that you're getting, what pages they go to, where they sort of land. But it's not telling you specifically who was there. And so we're able to do that with marketing automation and putting cookies on their device and tracking their progress. We're also able to qualify these leads better by making sure that as we nurture these leads through outbound emails and other nurturing campaigns, that we're able to nurture these leads and understand what they're interested in and how we can help them. We also want to drive more sales by identifying sales ready leads. And what I mean by that is, as a customer comes into your website, they look at the various content. we want to make sure that they're ready to buy before we even have a sales rep reach out to them. And by doing so, we can shorten that sales cycle. So we don't really make sure that we're reaching out to everybody. We're trying to identify those ones that are really interested, and we do that through lead tracking and lead scoring, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. We also want to make sure we have the opportunity to cross-sell and promote that lead to other departments within our company. So if you're selling 2 different kinds of products, but the customer may be interested in both of them, we want to make sure that everybody knows about that opportunity, not just the one sales rep that's engaged with that particular customer. And finally, are we able to track what we're doing? Are we able to track all our marketing campaigns, and are able to track the ROI for all the different things we do? The marketing automation platform kind of pulls all that together, everything that you're doing on social, paid, video, email, whatever you're doing, can track all that in one platform. That's what's really great about marketing automation systems. So a little bit about, we're all familiar with the whole sales funnel, generating leads and driving sales and measuring ROI, all that good stuff. But what we want to make sure is that we're filling that sales funnel with the kind of leads that people want to get. And we're making sure that we're not missing any opportunities. So one of those things that we talk about here is dynamic forms, is making sure that those forms are filled in, they're being tracked by the system, and are our sales guys following up with them, and are they good qualified leads? We're able to do that by what we do is something called lead scoring. So when someone comes to your website, we can identify and understand what they're looking at. If someone is just kind of bouncing around and kicking tires and just kind of looking at your about page and just generally trying to find out more about you, let's call them a tire kicker. But if someone goes to a product page on your website, watches a video, downloads a piece of information or a brochure about their product, that's a pretty high lead score. So we'll make sure that those certain aspects, those certain activities are scored higher than just someone kicking tires. And that lead score helps push those leads to the top of your funnel, top of your list, so that sales reps can identify them and jump on them right away. By making sure that we automatically do that, we're also able to nurture those leads. So for example, as we see customers having a higher lead score, we put them into a lead nurturing campaign to keep building them up and sending the kind of information they want, and sending them emails about that and following up with them, all automatically without having a rep having to go and deal with them directly. And then what the great thing about this is that when that sales rep does finally engage with that person, they are a very high qualified lead, and that sales rep gets notifications anytime now that that person is engaged with the website or engaged with your content. That sales rep has information and that at their fingertips and can know that information going in. So when they're trying to have a conversation with a customer, they're not starting from scratch. They already know what they're looking at, know what product they're interested in, what they've already been doing, and can use that to their advantage when they're talking to their customer. We also want to make sure that we don't miss any opportunities and track where people fall out of the process. So for example, if someone's opting out at a certain level, or their product, maybe they're looking at pricing pages, for example, and they drop out of stuff, that may be an indicator that maybe your pricing isn't clear, or your selling features aren't clear, or your pricing's too high, or whatever that may be. So we want to make sure that we're able to track all that and get that great information. It's all about driving that kind of end-to-end ROI and really understanding the whole sales process from identification to close, or fall off, and knowing what's working and what's not working, so we can continually be tweaking our process. One of the platforms we like to promote is Constant Contact. Now, most of you have probably heard of Constant Contact as an email marketing tool, which it is. It competes with, say, products like MailChimp. But Constant Contact, about 2 years ago, bought a platform called SharpSpring, which was originally built as a marketing automation product to compete with products like HubSpot and Pardot and other major products like that are enterprise level. So Constant Contact now has a higher end product called Constant Contact Lead Gen and CRM. And it is a built-in CRM and marketing automation platform all in one. And let's talk a little bit more about that. So what we love about the CC product, the Constant Contact product, is it's super easy to use. If you've used platforms like Salesforce and Pardot, or other platforms, potentially say HubSpot, they are great platforms, not knocking, but they are complex, and they do need a lot of time and attention to be run. Whereas Constant Contact is very user-friendly, easy to use. It's very cost-effective, much less expensive than some of those bigger platforms, and it's very feature-rich. It has as many bells and whistles and tools as those other platforms a much fractional cost. So we really like it as a platform, especially for small to medium enterprises that are really getting going in marketing and really want to go to that next level beyond what they've been doing now. Maybe they've just been doing the odd email here or there, or doing some social media, and they really want to go push up their game. This is where we like this Constant Contact product, and is a great marketing automation tool. Here's some cost comparisons. You can really spend a lot of money on platforms like HubSpot, Pardot right away. Your upfront costs are going to be more, and then your implementation costs can be more, and then your ongoing use of that platform over the year can be a lot more, because they often base it on how many leads and how often you're using the platform and how many leads you have in that platform. So every time you add more and more names and leads into that platform, your price is going to go up for usage of that platform. Constant Contact doesn't do that because it has a ceiling. It starts you off at a very high level, high threshold, and it has a ceiling, so you're getting good value right out of the box. You can do your own price comparisons there. We try not to hide anything, so all that information is right there on those various links that we'll provide you. But you'll be able to see that the price comparison for apples to apples is very, very competitive when it comes to Constant Contact. Some of the things that we like to talk about is the ease of use of Constant Contact specifically. And one of the things that we love about it is that it integrates with third-party CRMs very seamlessly. It's an open source platform, so it'll connect to your Salesforce. It'll connect to your Sugar CRM or your Zohos or whatever platform you may be using. It works very well, plays very well with others, and you don't have to worry about it being. It's basically agnostic. It can work with any kind of platform. We love that about it. We can also create custom tools such as email responders. We can create what I call API connectors between it and, say, even accounting systems or other systems, so we can talk back and forth to it. And then it's able to track and create workflows and tasks for your team, so you can keep an eye on that and automatically generate information, generate reports. Great for your accounting team, great for your sales management team that want to know what's going on at a click of a button. You can see everything happening all on kind of one series of dashboards, and they can be all customized just for your own company. This kind of gives you an overview of what I call the 9 tenets that are really important to Constant Contact and really any marketing automation platform. It does visitor ID, as I mentioned earlier. So an anonymous visitor comes to your website, a cookie is put on your device, we're able to track what they do within the site, and when they come back, we're able to track when they return. And once they've been identified through a form or some other methodology, all that information gets attached to them. So we always have a full history of that customer. We're able to do sales analytics, so we can look at what a salesperson is doing, what a particular customer is doing, and how they're making their way through the process, and what's working, what's not working, so we can be more efficient. Be all that behavior tracking, understand what a customer does at certain cases, how effective, say, a nurturing campaign might be, how effective a video might be as an alternative way of communicating. So all these different tools that we have, we want to see what behavior response we get from various customers, and we can track all that stuff. Lead scoring, as I mentioned earlier, is super important. Again, we don't want to waste salespeople's time following up with people that aren't ready to buy yet. So we can make sure that a customer is ready to buy because we know they're looking at certain aspects of your website, which indicates to us that they're probably quite interested in a particular product, and they're doing their homework, they're doing their comparison shopping. And so now's the time we want to reach out to them and talk to them on a timely basis, and not waste the guy's time phoning just everybody in his database as he goes. Dynamic forms are really key because, when someone fills in a form on your website, we want to make sure that you're getting immediate alerts. So the sales rep in charge of that area is getting immediate alerts. Someone interested in getting some product information or whatever that may be, we want to make sure those forms come directly to your sales rep, but also to the sales management. So in case a sales rep is away or whatever, they can respond in their absence. So it's really important those forms be connected and be dynamic at any time. Mentioned CRM integration earlier, really, really key, because we want to make sure that your sales team is doing what they're supposed to do and follow up on those great leads that we're providing them. So it has a CRM integration to other platforms, but the system also has its own CRM built into it. So if you don't have a CRM already, like you're not using Salesforce or some of those other programs, you can use this platform to do everything. It can be your marketing automation platform as well as your CRM, and you can use them all together and seamlessly run them all. That's one of the things we love about Constant Contact. It does have both platforms all built into one, sales and marketing. You can use it to do everything seamlessly. We also want to make sure that it has sales notifications. So when someone is buying something or they're interested in buying something, we can track all that. And then we're also able to make sure that the sales rep has done their follow-up to them, and that sales, when they happen, are alerted to the owner of that lead, as well as to management, so they can track, hey, guys, you're doing a great job. We just closed another deal. That's what we want to make sure that we're always aware of and tracking all that. Email automation is absolutely critical. You know, as I said, Constant Contact started out as an email tool, and that's really what what was a critical way of communicating. We can use email to trigger responses, of course. We can also use email to nurture people along the path. So if we're identifying them, we want to move them along that sales path by giving them extra information on a regular, timely basis. And then we can see which emails they open, and that helps us, again, lead score and identify what they may be interested in. So if we send them an email on 2 or 3 different products, and they open product A and ignore product B, hey, now we know specifically what they're interested in, and we can give them more information on product A and keep nurturing them along and keep moving them through and see which ones they open and when they're opening them. And campaign optimization, lastly, the idea is that we want to make sure that we're emailing responsibly, that we're following CASL compliance rules, that we're opting people out when they want to be opted out, and if we don't see people responding to stuff at all, then we take them off the list. We also want to make sure that we're also responding to those people that do want to be on the list, and making sure we're getting the right kind of information that they're interested in, not just sending them generic stuff on a regular basis. So really, really key tools that we can help using the marketing automation and Constant Contact. So kind of our last slide here is just a quick summary, is that, you know, we're all about helping clients build up their revenue and generate more leads. We're all about identifying anonymous visitors, capturing information about those visitors, optimizing our approach to those visitors, and making sure that we're integrating with them at every opportunity, including social media. So one of the things I mentioned, that the platform has a full social media, as well as email marketing, as well as video. We can plug it all into the system and track it all on the one platform. The next part we want to talk about is, you know, marketing automation drives 451% increase in qualified leads to business. That's critical. When you're not nurturing customers, when you're just kind of hoping you understand what's going on out there and not really having a good visibility of what you're doing from a marketing perspective, it's really hard to know what works, what doesn't work, and where to spend more time and effort and money in your marketing. So we want to make sure that we're driving sales. So those lead scores help us identify hot leads. We can automate our nurturing campaigns, so sales reps aren't doing their own email marketing. We're doing nurturing campaigns based on what the customer is doing. We're able to track their behavior, and of course, those sales notifications are absolutely critical. We can get that out to your sales guys and make sure that they're aware of what's going on and what they're interested in at all times. You know, and the last part we want to talk about is getting ahead of competition. Only 3% of business companies are actually using full marketing automation in their approach. They may be doing some email marketing here, they may be doing the odd video here, they have a website, but they're not really using all the tools and capabilities that are out there in a marketing automation suite. And so by using that, you're already far ahead of the competition, and then using those tools well can make you even further ahead and give you that edge over whoever you're competing against in the market there. We want to be able to measure the ROI. When we talk about spending money on marketing, how do we track that, measure that? We can measure all your campaigns, we can measure your Google ads, that all feeds into the system. We can measure your LinkedIn campaigns. We can provide you regular reports. We can understand where there's any waste that needs to be cleaned up. And then we make sure that we're reinvesting that time and money back into the campaigns so that they're optimized as actually crisply as they can and getting the very best bang for your buck as you're going. So that kind of wraps up our presentation. I just want to thank everybody for listening. And I do offer a free consultation on digital marketing. It doesn't just have to be marketing automation, any kind of digital marketing. Oh, I've got 2 pictures going here right now. Sorry about that. You see me twice. So the idea here is that, you know, click on the barcode, the QR code there. That'll give you an opportunity to have a one-on-one with me, and we'll do what we call a digital marketing roadmap for your business, and understand what you're doing now and how we can improve on that. And then you can I'll also send you along our free digital marketing for changing times. You know, we've been through a lot, COVID and economic up downs, so we can definitely help with that, because this guide is very detailed and has about 30 odd pages of content for you that covers everything of all aspects of digital marketing. Again, I'm Mike Jennings. Thanks again for listening. My contact info is there on the screen, and we look forward to seeing you on our next webinar. Bye now.